if you're a real fan, why do you get your out at the stadium in front of Holocaust Memorial?
Because that's my thing.
Now, just doing that is one thing, but owning it, that's a whole nother story. When even Elle Brooke is reacting like that, you know, you might have gone too far. And I wish I could tell you that this was a one-off, a mistake. But in the life of a UKE girl, this is just a regular day. And there are so many clips in this vein, and today we're going to look at them. So brace yourself, because there is no light at the end of the tunnel. This just continues to get worse, and at some level, this is almost impressive.
I didn't go into a group chat full of 14-year-olds advertising my stuff, and that's one thing.
I didn't advertise anything. It was just
I seen the screenshots. I seen the screenshots.
Thanks for the gifts. Yeah, well, whatever screenshots you've seen is absolute bollocks, mate. Like, if I was a pedo, if I was a nonce, I would be in jail right now, wouldn't I?
Now, funnily enough, this is almost word for word the argument that Drake used. Didn't go great for him, to be honest, and it shouldn't go great for her. There is evidence of her posting photos in a group chat with young guys. Wasn't a nude or anything, but that is the best defense I can offer her. Her behavior otherwise, you know, it actually really doesn't help her case. Imagine being a kid, you know, going to your first football game and this is what you see. The magic, very quickly, would be killed. And even in this tiny clip, even then, you can hear someone complaining. This is actually like initiation for OF girls in England at this point. As you're going to see in this video, she is not the only perpetrator. I mean, arguably, there is a girl that does this even worse. But we'll get to that in a bit. First, I want to chat a little bit more about Astrid. She has always justifiably had a terrible reputation amongst people in this country. But right now, as we speak, her stocks are at an all-time low.
OnlyFans daughter or Tottenham son?
Face says it all, really. It is a hard choice, to be fair. But the negative attention on Astrid at the moment is at an all-time high. I mean, this tweet calling her that word, you know, it got 110k likes. Maybe speaks to the general sentiment amongst the population. And it even went so big that even community notes were coming in clutch to back this guy up. Obviously, Astrid, she wasn't happy. She responded, and it weren't great, to be honest.
This prostitute beef has got way out of hand. If you were on Twitter yesterday, you would have seen the controversy that went massive. But I just posted a photo saying, would I make a good president?
Side note, but I don't know why this girl is stood in the background. She doesn't say a word for the whole video. The background of Astrid Wet videos at this point is just nothing more than ad space.
And some random guy called me a prostitute and then threatened to sue me when I outed our DMs. Like, I hope this can act as a lesson to people in the future. Be kind to everybody, especially if you're in their DMs.
Now, this is a thing she does routinely. She will, like, always pretend people that call her out have DM'd her. Sometimes she'll even go to the length where she fakes that they've bought her OnlyFans. Maybe if we hit 1,000 likes, I'll get my first Astrid Wet fake DM to help me out, because that would be a badge of honour, really.
But this is the last thing I'm going to do on this now, and I have to clear something up. I have never had sex for money, I am not a prostitute, and I never will be.
I can only imagine she lost a lot of followers after this. Her fans, if they even exist, they were probably gutted, really. My heart would go out to them if they were real people, but they're not, so we'll move on. Because her rage bait game, overall, you know, it is in decline. She's past her peak, and you know, it's a bit like watching Ronaldo at the Euros. There used to be something there, but now it's just a little bit sad.
Why the fuck have you recorded a random woman in the gym without their permission? Like, girls feel less and less safe in public every day because of these freaks. I even came up to you and asked you to delete the video, and you've posted it anyway.
You probably had that Jax Fitness guy in her DMs after this, asking if she was okay. And to be fair, as Astrid Wet public appearances go, this was probably one of the better outcomes. Not the first time, and to be honest, probably not the last. Yeah, man, at the end of this, it's not looking good for Astrid. She did actually slate like her target demographic, and it didn't go down well, as you can probably imagine.
Old managers are in the Premier League. Like, honestly, why do our clubs only hire slapheads?
Slating bald men, you're about to lose about 90% of your OF subscribers. And this move was so bad for the bank that you can actually hear her dad shadowboxing in the background.
Why do our clubs only hire slapheads?
Yeah, I'm only joking, he's not around. But in this golf that now exists in like the football OF space, there's a new wonder kid on the block, and when I say wonder kid, really the only thing like crazy about this person is the depths they will go to.
Right, this is Arteta. This is the manager of Arsenal.
Well, that is her meeting up with her fans, so maybe she is more down to earth than I thought. But to be perfectly honest, when I found this girl, her content seemed like pretty harmless. Awkward, granted, but still harmless.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Connor.
Connor, travelled all the way to Germany today?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Oxford.
What's it like in Oxford?
Very posh.
Are you very posh?
Too much.
Now, the word cringe is not thrown around much anymore, but this might be cringe. And it could get more awkward. I mean, it always can somehow.
Are you nervous? Are you nervous?
Yeah, I try my best. I get nervous when I talk around pretty girls.
Oh. Well, I like the moustache.
Oh, thank you very much.
I got one of those as well, but down there.
Well, I can get rid of it.
Okay.
If you sit on top of me, I'll be able to get rid of it while I'm getting my way to your heart.
Shout out this guy. I mean, this is now on the internet forever. He'll never live it down. But when you post this content against that other content, somehow the video you've just seen becomes like a feel-good video.
Would you rather win this league and lose Saka, or lose and keep Saka for next season?
Lose.
Now you might notice that black bar on your screen. It's there for a reason. This girl predominantly is known for walking around in public in nothing but body paint. She has underwear on the lower half, but other than that, there is nothing. And if you thought Astrid was bad, this is maybe another level.
Excuse me, is your top real?
No.
Now this one went viral, wonder why. This is actually better than normal as well. She is actually wearing shorts. It's a low bar, but we'll give her credit where credit's due at least. But that's where the credit stops, because as you can see in the background of this video, there are a lot of kids around. I mean, naturally, it's a football game. I mean, maybe I don't need to explain to you why this is mental, but it is. And she has defended herself on this subject many times in the past, so we'll see what she has to say. You know, don't get your hopes up.
Okay.
If you sit on top of me, I'll be able to get rid of it while I'm getting my way to your heart.
Nobody says anything to my face. The police come over to me and they're always like, oh, you look amazing. Yet infamously in the UK, the police never put a foot wrong. I think it's mostly just the fact that people don't know the difference between indecent exposure. I mean, honestly, I don't really know what she's trying to say here, but I will read on. But in my brain, I'm fully covered. Not even my nipples are showing. The only thing that you can see is a bit of underboob, and if you're looking at me like I'm an object that is to be looked at and sexualized that way, right, so she's either stupid or dishonest, and to be fair, my money is on both. I mean, you do OnlyFans. These videos are clearly an ad for your OnlyFans, and saying it's not sexualized when the videos themselves are. I mean, really, the clips speak for themselves.
What do you think we need to do to beat City next season?
I think we need to bolster up midfield for sure. Probably a striker. I don't know. So many things. I think probably a defender as well.
So would you give me your ticket to touch my bum?
No.
Arsehole.
She is trying to gaslight us in real time, and it's shameless, to be honest. Even after scrolling for 2 minutes after this, I did find yet another clip as well.
So whereabouts do you sit when you come here? And can I sit on your lap?
You can sit on Tom's lap.
Of course.
Yeah, can I have the switch between the two?
Depends.
Depends on what?
How much you've had.
Honestly, I don't think she could make this any more transparent if she tried. This girl is basically a wall, and you're gonna have to hear me out on this one. She's covered in paint, and she was built up by 40-year-old men. I wasn't sure that the perfect analogy existed, but honestly, that might be it. And to add on to that, she actually thinks like one too, because she's come under a lot of fire for what she does, obviously. And it's even gotten to the point where people in her industry are going up against her. Billy Marek, you know, self-proclaimed stud. I wish I could have a bio like that, but we'll hear him out either way. Even he's got a problem with the kids bit, and rightly so, to be honest. She hit back by calling him a hypocrite, and to be fair, she is right when she says that porn is maybe a bit too accessible. But this in itself, in my opinion, is also a cell phone, because their aggressive TikTokified marketing is clearly being fed to children. And let's be entirely real, if this guy walked around the Arsenal stadium with nothing but a sock, he would get filled in instantly.
Go on, Dad! Give it to him, son. Give it to him.
And that is the reality of the situation, so it makes these things very different. But at least she hasn't made this body paint thing her personality. At least there is a way back. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. And it's even got to the point now where, like, her actual colleagues and people that do this are also calling her out. When one of your fellow OnlyFans girls is calling you out, you know you might have gone too far. To be fair, though, this is probably also marketing. You look at Alexia Grace's content and you realise that maybe she isn't the most respected member of the community.
Hi, KSI. I came to Asda to get some time and they had none. So I was wondering if you could send me some in the post. Thank you. It's Alexia Grace.
No escape. There is no escape. But this Alexia Grace, she actually is a mad dog when it comes to the competition. She even went for Astrid. And to be honest, this industry must be crazy.
Give it back to me. Why do you always have to try and start?
What the fuck is your problem? Where the fuck?
We could just put all of these girls in a room and clearly this problem would solve itself very quickly.
What the f... Guys, can we get somebody?
I mean, honestly, just from that delivery alone, I am convinced that this is fake.
Guys, can we Get somebody?
But Astrid did go home in an ambulance, although this might be a prop. I genuinely have no idea at this point. The layers of marketing here are so deep that I genuinely can't tell either way. I did notice that this fight was a wet promotions fight, so take from that what you will. But this problem is now really, really getting out of hand. They're even starting podcasts, and this was the last thing we needed, really.
If a guy has a high body count, do you think would that put you off?
Yes.
It would.
Yeah.
Now this one actually does make sense. This is probably why she broke up with General G. The guy's a stud, if nothing else.
Alexis, when are we getting married then?
You haven't proposed yet.
You literally said snog marry forward, you'd marry me, so...
Oh, yeah.
Her eyes, they genuinely look terrified. Like in Sarbor, he'll come for you next.